Weird. Hi there, Ronda Stephens-Auclair here, and I'm coming out to you today with kind of a new segment we're going to be calling, questions for Ronda. What do you want to know? And today I've got a really good question from Kendra. Kendra basically says, I have 200 brochures coming and 200 marked magalogs. How do I get new customers? I'm still really shy and nervous, but I need all the help I can get. So tell me, what can I do? It's really an interesting concept and a question that you asked me, because every single person that's listening to this video, that's watching this video, has that same question sometimes. Being shy, it's okay to be shy and be an Avon representative. You can still make a lot of money. I will tell you the truth. Most people, I would say 95% of the people who start Avon, are very shy in the beginning about giving out brochures and getting new customers. It's normal to be a little bit uncomfortable, and that's okay. So I'm going to start with some really basic things today. Okay. Number one, here's your brochure. When you have a brochure like this, the easiest thing to remember to do, obviously you're going to put your name and your information on the back, but put a sticky note on the front of it. What that sticky note is going to do is going to remind you to get their names and phone numbers, because you can pass out a brochure all day long, but if you don't get a name and number, then you're not going to be able to follow up with them. So it's almost like a wasted brochure. So if you're saying, Rhonda, okay, I can do that, but I've got these brochures. How do I get them in people's hands? Well, there's a few methods that you can do. One, make a list of every single person that you know. Not will they buy from you or will they not, but who do you know? Number two, call them. Text them, email them and say, I just started my Avon business. I'd love to bring you an Avon brochure by. Or, whatever. The big thing with the brochure is you've got to get it into the right people's hands. If you have current customers, call every customer and say these words. Hey, Miss Smith, I just wanted to call and thank you so much for being my customer this year. But I'm trying to expand my business a little bit. I was wondering, I would be happy to offer a 10% discount for every single person that you might know that would like an Avon brochure and places an order with me. I'm really trying to build my customer base up, and there's customers like you, and I want anybody like you because you're wonderful. So do you know anyone who might need an Avon representative or who might enjoy your product? Every time they give you somebody and they place an order, give them 10% off their next order. Now, would I give them 10%? I'd only give them 10% at a time personally, because you don't want to eat into your profit. But what tends to happen is they'll give you 2 or 3 names, their neighbors, somebody at work, somebody they work with, and your 10 customers become 20 or 30 customers. And then you rinse and repeat. That's kind of what I call it. Kind of like you wash your hair. You do it, you rinse, you do it again. You rinse and repeat. So every time you get a new customer, you're going to do the same thing. I offer all my customers a great 10% discount for referrals. So who do you know that needs an Avon representative? Because I would like to be their representative. And that's how a simple way to grow your business from referrals. You're not having to walk up to anybody strange on the street. You're building from what you know. That goes from your people now in your phone book, or that maybe don't want a brochure, they live too far away, whatever. You can send them business cards, even ones that you hand make, slips of paper, something they can cut out and say, can you pass these out to 5 people? Get every single person that they know to pass out that 5 people to go to your website to shop. Or same thing with the brochures. Say that you have a nurse that's a customer. You want to ask her, hey, can you take a couple more books to the nurses' stations, or can I come up there and drop off a couple of extra brochures for the nurses' station? Maybe some other people will like it. Or, hey, you know what? I will be happy to give you a discount if you'll help me get a couple of new customers. Is there anybody else at work who may, need an Avon rep? Use your referrals and use what you know. It's a very, very simple way to get your business started, to really pump up how many customers that you have, because the more customers that you have, the more money that you're going to make with sales. Another thing, number 2, we were talking about a lot about the brochure, samples. Samples, anybody's going to take a free sample, okay? They just do. And I say anybody, most people. If you have samples, and it could be a rose petal sprayed with one of our fragrances, you can get a 300 rose petals at the Dollar Tree for $1. 300 rose petals, $1. And you use one of our fragrances, spray it, you put it all in a zippy bag and spray the bag and then shake it up. That's 300 samples right there ready to go. If you can stand somewhere, I'll give you an example. Say you have your husband has his shirts dry cleaned every week. and you go to a dry cleaner every single week, ask the owner, hey, do you mind if I do a customer appreciation day and give out free samples to your customers? You know, we'd love to treat your customers special. It works. People like for their people to be special. You can say we'll do hand massages for every single customer that comes in the door that day. You literally get, use one of our lotions and do a quick hand massage. Give them a brochure, give them a sample, and talk about your business. Okay, that's another simple way to do it. It's not hard to do. You can do it at the beauty shop that you go to, the nail salon. Some grocery stores will let you do it. The corner store a lot of time will let you do this. Definitely dry cleaners, a florist, clothing stores, anybody that you know that owns a store that you're comfortable talking to because you shop there all the time. If you shop with them, they should be buying from you too, because guess what? You are a business owner just like they are. They're a small business owner, so are you. Okay, so any of the small businesses is definitely easy to get into. The bigger ones you can do. You can get out more brochures by doing breast cancer awareness events, domestic violence events, basically where you set up a table and talk about our philanthropic organizations. Easy to get brochures in people's hands that way. Really, really easy. But we want to make sure that you get the biggest bang for your buck. So you have to get a phone number, okay? That comes back to what? The Post-it note. Make sure no matter what, you got a sticky note. And if you're giving out samples, you better know how much it's going to cost, okay, for them to purchase it. You also want to say, I'm going to give you a call back in a couple of days, and I want you to tell me, I'm really looking for people to try out this new product. Can you let me know if you like it? I'll give you a call in a couple of days, and you can tell me what you think. People will go, okay, that'd be great. It just works that way. Another thing that you should be excited about, I hope. You said you had Mark magalogs. You know, the Mark book is very much on trend, okay? I'm not going to say it's for specifically for younger people because I love it and I'm in my 40s. My grandmother loves it. She's in her 80s now. Yeah, I got that right. I didn't want to overage her. But she's in her 80s, but she still loves some of the Mark products as well. She likes the jewelry. I know that we have curly hair that runs in our family. I absolutely love the Mark hair products. Love, love, love their hair products. And if you talk about it, you'll sell it. But if you give out a Mark magalog, it's very simple to give out Mark books at colleges, at junior colleges, even like sports organizations, that kind of thing. The younger kids are going to buy this stuff because they're on trend, okay? The older ones are buying for the quality. If you see any person with naturally curly hair, I say this because I have naturally curly hair. I straightened it, had it straightened, and then I just spritzed my Mark Mist. Let me see what it's called so you guys can laugh for me. It's called Curl to Curl, okay? I love Curl to Curl. Actually, every one of the curling products we have, the hairspray, everything is a great deal. If they have curly hair, you need to give them a Mark Magalog. You can say, you know what? I'm sorry to bother you. You have absolutely beautiful hair. And they're going to go, oh, thank you so much. It's like, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I work for Avon, and we actually carry a brand called Mark. Have you tried our Curl to Curl yet? And they're going to say, no, what's that? Well, it actually reactivates your curls. So you know that second day when it's kind of or it's gotten a little frizzy from the day before, you literally spritz it on there. It reactivates your curls and is a wonderful, wonderful item. Have you tried it, and do you want to? Let me get you a book. You need to try it because you just have such pretty hair, and I think it would work, absolutely wonderful on you. You have to almost look at these books and figure out who you're going to sell them to. So when you go to have a conversation, you know what you're going to offer them. But again, how many people in this world have curly hair? A lot. The products are wonderful and they're on trend. If you see somebody really trendy, you know that they'll probably really like a Mark brochure, okay? The teens, the 20s, they love these because the fragrances are great and they're very much on point with what kids are wearing today. But the quality pieces like the jewelry, if they're blingy, they're going to love Mark. Another thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about these. You guys usually will get these free, and I know that you can buy them. They're the outlet books. Remember, outlet books are not guaranteed to be in stock. They're at first come, first served. But if you're getting these, you want to get rid of them and give them to people, right? So there's an extra thing that you can do to give out to people. So Another thing, I know I'm talking a lot about a lot of different ways for you to really get out your brochures. Dress Avon, meaning have an Avon button, okay? Have an Avon t-shirt, carry an Avon brochure, like have your handbag. If it's not an Avon handbag, it doesn't matter. Make sure it has a front pocket. Put your Avon book in the front cover and always carry it with you. When you go to the grocery store, have it sitting in the front of your buggy. When you go out to McDonald's to have coffee with a girlfriend, anywhere where you sit at a table, you want to have an Avon brochure sitting right there facing the person that walks up, even 2 or 3 of them. I don't care. They're not going to say a word except, "Ooh, are you an Avon rep? Can I have one of those?" It's a great way to do kind of indirect prospecting without you having to do a whole lot, but be there, show up, smile, and be able to talk. And they're coming to you because they're going to see your brochure. I think it's really fun to go to the mall and sit at a table with your lunch or your drink or at a McDonald's and the kids' player with your computer and put 3 or 4 brochures on the table. You will not leave until those brochures are gone. Makes it simple. As long as you're willing to make eye contact. And I know that can be very nerve-wracking when you get started, okay? But that's what you have to practice. Then you're going to get rid of your brochures. I would not go home until I at least gave out 3 brochures a day. If you do the power of 3 new names and numbers, and giving out 3 brochures a day, you will grow your business, okay? If you have leftover brochures, you can definitely toss them in neighborhoods. I don't believe really in tossing them on the ground. I think you should put them in a bag and hang them on the door. And if you don't have the time to hang them on the door, pay a kid $10 in the neighborhood who'll hang them on every single door from you. He makes $10. Put a letter in it from you specifically. I always go so far as put a picture of yourself or your family. Tell your story and why you want to be their rep. It will make it more inviting, and they'll be more apt to call you. Okay? I know these are a lot of things all at one time, and I apologize. I'll get something out in writing as well. But there's so much you can do to build your business. These are just very generic ideas. And it's going to make you money, but you have to be specific, okay? Number 1, power of 3 people a day, 3 names and numbers a day. You don't have to be crazy outrageous, but you do have to make contact. You have to make eye contact, and you have to be able to say hello. If you're uncomfortable doing that, then I'm going to suggest you try doing that every single day for an hour a day until you get comfortable, all right? Number 2, dress the part. Put on your makeup. If you don't wear makeup, you better be dressed in any other thing that you have that's Avon. How are you going to promote your business? Look the part. Have things with you. Number 3, have your brochures ready. Have samples ready. Really have everything ready to, when you leave the house, you don't need to be scribbling your name and information when you're talking to somebody. You got to be ready to go. And then just tell yourself, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, I can do it. You know, if they say no, so what? Let them say no. Say no to me. Because the next person is going to say yes. And I know we have great products. You know we have great products. So don't be afraid to talk about them. And if they say no, say, "I understand. Thank you. You have a good day." And you move on. And you just laugh in your head. Because honestly, it's not about you. It's about that person having a bad day. It's about the fact they had an argument with their husband, their spouse, at work. They just don't want to talk to anybody. It has nothing to do with you. All right. I know that from years of experience. So just have some fun with it. I'll do another one of these in the next few weeks we'll talk a little bit more about prospecting. And we use that word a lot. Prospecting is when you go out to find recruits or you go out to find customers. It's about looking for things. Imagine prospecting really is you're a farmer, and prospecting is planting seeds, putting out brochures, talking to people. You're going to get your crops and bring them in once they place your order. Once you follow up, it's just the crazy stuff. But we're going to talk about this more coming up. But I hope this will give you some ideas on what you can do with your brochures, make your list, and then get out the door. Because saying I'm shy, I get it. But sitting there and not leaving the couch and saying I'm shy is 2 different things. So figure out a way to get yourself motivated. And when it doesn't work, then say, "Oh my gosh, I succeeded in trying today. I succeeded in trying today. It may not have worked, but what can I change tomorrow to succeed again tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'm going to go get 3 names and numbers," right? So I hope this helps you, Kendra. I hope this helps anybody out there who's kind of stuck in a rut or who's really just trying to expand their business. And you know what? I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye.